So quickly before we get into things, I've noticed that I've switched up.
Yeah.
I 100% am into white activities. Like the caucasity that I thought that I wouldn't put myself through.
Yeah.
I've officially put myself through.
What you mean, Holmes?
I was in the mountains in high elevation on 2 pieces of wood or plastic barreling down a mountain.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
They let us do that stuff?
I guess so. I don't know if they thought that I was one of the workers on break.
Yeah.
But it was wild, dog. Like, I got onto a lift that just scoops you up, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you just, like, there, and then, like, you up. It just picks you up. You don't, like, it's not like one of those things where, like, they secure you, they make sure you good like a ride. Like, you just get scooped up, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, dog, for starters, I also found out, did you know that there's another word for snow bunny?
Nah.
Apparently, a snow bunny is an attractive woman on the ski slopes, according to the whites.
Is that what they like lie themselves with?
That's what the dictionary said, dog.
Like Urban Dictionary?
No,
like?
Both.
Interesting.
So
I think they cap into themselves. You know, like.
So what is your definition of a snow bunny that you've been told over life? No, I mean because some people don't know. Some people's definition is the one I just mentioned.
All right. Definition I know is a Caucasian woman who fetishizes black men.
All right. That was one dictionary definition also.
Yeah.
Another one is a Caucasian woman who enjoys cocaine.
Okay, yeah, that too.
But I had never heard the skiing one.
Yeah.
I had never heard that shit.
It sounds wild.
I know.
And if you say it in the slopes, I feel like you sound even more wild. Like,
well, but here's the problem.
Yeah.
Literally, and you really your face is covered. You're wearing like masks and goggles and stuff. But with all that being said, literally saw like maybe 5 other Hispanics that were probably like doing what we were doing.
Yeah.
0 black people.
That's tough, man.
At all.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's my beef with the Winter Olympics, bro.
Because were there any in the Winter Olympics?
No. I mean, and also, like, think about this, bro. Like, it already costs so much to do all those sports.
Dog, $100 a day to use the ski lift. That's like you ain't even gotten equipment yet.
Exactly. That's just to get up the hoe.
And that's per person.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
A family of 4, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
It's a lot.
Imagine Hispanics with a family of 10. Dog.
Bro, all packed into one Durango.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. In a bust down Silverado.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it because some things have been happening this week, and we missed last week because I was being Caucasian.
Yeah.
Because I was on the slopes, I was barreling down mountains, and to be quite honest with you, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, I would consider getting my kids into winter sports off rip.
Ooh.
I would consider having the first Hispanic to win gold for America.
Yeah. Not
from Mexico.
Yeah.
Because we ain't switching sides.
Yeah. Sean Cafe?
Yep.
Ooh.
But let's get into this. Welcome to the 2.5 Citizens Podcast. I'm Zen.
And I'm Lil Saint.
And
yo, when you gonna tell the people, bro? When you gonna tell the people that you're firing, what's his name?
I mean, I guess we can address it now since you're out here, you know, putting us on blast. What's basically happening is, I don't know, there was just a lot of things that Pablo was starting to kind of like switch up.
Yeah.
And it was really starting to make me feel like he didn't embody the message that we were trying to push. Like, there was something about, like, I don't know, he just kept on coming in here wearing nicer and nicer clothes, talking about how his millionaires need money, talking about how, you know, Trump really wasn't all that bad, talking about our gas prices.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know if he's the great representation for what we're trying to push here.
Yeah.
So I brought you. I mean, look.
Yeah.
You know, I know you got 2 buttons, but you know, sometimes you have come out here 1 button, and it's.
I'll do it right now, bro.
I mean, it's all good right now.
No. If you're gonna call me out,
But like, I feel like that you embody more of what I'm trying to push here, what I'm trying to get people to understand.
Yeah.
Which is that we are Hispanics.
Yeah.
And we're here for Hispanics.
And let's not talk about how he came on here all scared, you know, being afraid of being canceled, pushing an agenda. Then
spraying me with a water bottle like I was a cat.
Yeah. Then decided to switch up.
Honestly.
And then started pushing another agenda halfway through the show.
It was so weird because like when I first met him, like he couldn't vote. Yeah. And then by the end of this, he was registered as a Republican. Yeah. Like, it was super weird to me to be like, how are you going to tell me that like I can't like, you know, that it just felt really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't sure how I felt about it. So I reached out to you.
Yeah.
We've been friends for a while. We've you know, been doing things for the city and for the community together, and I just really thought that you would be a good addition to this.
No, I'm for it.
So I just want to introduce Lil Saint.
What's good, people?
And believe it or not, actually,
catch me at your local Michoacan.
He was actually a waiter at the Michoacana.
Yeah.
And I just saw him.
Yeah.
And I said, I really like your voice. I really think you have a good character.
Yeah.
And I just asked you, hey, like, have you ever thought about podcasting? And you were like, nah.
Yeah. I was like,
you want to try it?
I was like, ain't that what like white people listen to?
Yeah. And so then afterwards, it took a little convincing, but here we are.
Yeah.
Kind of like Fez. That was the story with Fez from Euphoria.
Yo, bro, my boy, man.
So, I'm assuming you saw some of that?
Yeah, you know.
Because like, knowing about your history, I know you've cleaned yourself up a little bit, but you were kind of a roo for a little bit.
Yeah, you know. I felt for the homie, you know. He just wanted to know if he looked good, bro.
Yeah, and so, let's kind of get into it. So, this is now
and
the
spoilers, by the way.
Spoiler.
Just fast forward through the section.
I will be honest with you. I saw the important part and then fell asleep after.
Oh, that's wrong of you, bro. You gotta watch the whole thing, bro. I was on the edge of my seat, bro. Like
I know, but like,
I almost picked up my Glock to go help them, bro.
To go make sure that they were all right.
Yeah.
Because it was getting real sketchy the second the dude put that phone down. I was like, what's going on?
Bro, he snitched on him, bro.
Bro, can we be honest? The girl was cool in that scene because she was trying to help boy out, but her lips get on my goddamn
yes, bro.
Dude, those lips were fucking bothering the shit out of me.
I literally like looked at my girl and I was like, bro, she looked like a fish straight up. Straight up, she looked like a fish.
Honestly, bro, it was getting real. It was getting real uncomfortable, dog.
Yeah,
it was getting real uncomfortable to see her. But all right, since I just gotta ask you these questions. I've been going around, dog.
Yeah,
I know that they're supposed to be high schoolers.
Okay,
but they're not.
Right.
So like, which one's the baddest from first to least? Because Jules, dog,
bro,
Jules.
Bro, you gay, bro.
Nah, dog, chill.
Bro.
That hair, though.
Hair?
She got that hair, dog. It's
that hair on her stomach, and she...
Chill! So who's the baddest one that you've seen just from speculation, dog?
From speculation? Allegedly? I ain't watched season 1. You know, I hopped in season 2.
It's the same people.
No, they added Homeboy.
They added Homeboy, but they ain't taking no one away.
But before we even get into this, bro, I'm gonna say this show got me mad uncomfortable for the fact that there's so many penises, bro.
Bro, one thing that it made me feel comfortable about was my sexuality, though.
Yeah.
Because none of those dicks was making me be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right. So
but I was like, so it's just gonna be like that.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, so we just go.
And it was all kinds of dicks too. It was like, oh, circumcised.
I know they were trying to they even gave representation in the dicks, dog.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, you think some of these guys like try to fluff their stuff up, bro?
Allegedly, a lot of them are prosthetics.
Okay,
that's what I had heard.
Because you're a sociopath if you put your
I know, allegedly
flaccid penis on HBO.
Allegedly, a lot of them were prosthetics.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay.
I don't know if they had no prosthetic titties though, because them hoes were out too.
Yeah.
It was wild because sometimes I was like, do we need this scene?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did
I
you
was
ever think, like,
who is this for?
Right? Like,
Yeah.
who wants to see high schoolers do this? Alleged high schoolers.
Yeah.
Alleged high schoolers do this.
Also, like, the acting of it, too. It's like, it's so graphic that you're like, yo, are they actually having sex right now? Like, that came through my head, like, a lot of times. I was
like, how are we really doing this?
Yeah.
Like, best character development. What's like, well,
like
Fez has been everyone's favorite character developed.
Yeah.
But if we take Fez out of this,
I really like Fez. I really like the girl that put on the play.
Leslie or whatever.
Yeah. I really like Dominic Fike's character.
Yeah.
That came in this season.
Is he bisexual in real life?
I don't know.
I had heard that name. I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% real with you. Had heard that name a million times. Didn't know who the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Then I saw this person. I'm like, oh, that dude looks cool. And then I heard Dominic Fike, and I saw him like, oh, they're the same person.
Yeah.
Oh, I still haven't gone to listen to the music though.
Yeah, like Brockhampton put him on.
Are they?
He's really good. He's
they them are good.
No, he's a he.
I mean, we don't know that.
No, like he's a he. Like he's really good. He's one of my favorite artists. Which is the softest thing I've ever said.
That's fine.
But yeah, so I like his character because, you know, like he was just out here trying to do drugs, and then he realized like, yo, this is really messing Rue up. So I'm gonna have to snitch, not because I'm a snitch, but because if I don't snitch, he gonna die.
But not only that too, it was also a weird situation because you're shitty if like, so at the very end, whenever like Jules was trying to hook up with, what's his character's name?
Elliot.
When Jules is trying to hook up with Elliot.
Yeah.
And then they come to this thing where, I mean, that's like the moral thing where it's like, if we're going to do this, I just also want to let you know the reason she's acting like this is because she's on drugs again.
Yeah.
So like, if I just say, all right, fuck Rue, let her do her thing, and then I get with you, it's on my conscience that I know she's doing drugs.
Right.
I know that there's a reason why she's being like this, and it's not just out of the blue.
It's weird that he was more of like the functioning drug addict.
Well, yeah, because I really feel like there's levels, right? Like there are, like
not that being a functioning drug addict is a good thing,
of course, but meaning like a lot of people feel, and this is what I've always felt, and still kind of feels like the second you touch heroin or an opiate,
you're done.
It's done.
Yeah,
like it's like AIDS.
It's a wrap.
Like it's a wrap from there. You chose to do this now, but that's not necessarily the case for certain people.
Yeah, like the second you touch heroin, you know, fucking crack.
Like I figured, like meth, like I figure it's done. Like
meth. Well, I think you have to be like on a certain color spectrum to touch meth, but yeah.
But the thing is about it is like once you start breaking down these drugs and stuff, you start realizing that all these things are just other things. Like Adderall is like methy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you start realizing like
I mean,
like,
no, Tylenol D is methy.
And even just like when you're going to the doctor, like you heard Homegirl, the other big drug dealer, autistic lady, talk about how like
did you just say
ain't she? I mean, she don't speak monotone like that and have no emotions if you not.
I just thought she was so fried from drugs that like
nah. I thought it was like, you know, they don't have certain emotions like the whole I don't think I've ever been upset.
She was a teacher.
That don't mean you can't be on the spectrum.
Okay, I mean, I don't know.
I think she was supposed to represent people on the spectrum.
Okay.
I don't know, though.
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds mad wild for you to assume.
I don't think I'm assuming. I think I'm right.
I don't know, bro. We got to watch the director's cut.
So then...
I am glad that as graphic as the show is, they didn't show the little homie passing, you know?
I know. It's a real hard one. Like, you can't have that... that'd be some crazy graphic thing to try to pull off, but...
Freaking insane, bro.
But, like, when she's talking about all that, it's, like, really like that for some of these whites. Like, they just get hurt.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor, because they have health insurance.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you got health insurance? You know, we can give you these prescriptions for, like, nothing out of pocket.
Yeah.
Then you run out, and you're like, oh, shit, I need these.
Yeah. No, bro, like, it's crazy. Like, I think my mom, like... She kind of conditioned me to be scared of this stuff. Like, she won't even take... Like, my mom was so afraid of, like, medicine. I think it's just, like, being Mexican.
Yeah. Las drogas.
Yeah, that she'll, like, if she has a headache, she'll take, like, half a Tylenol and think that's, like, crazy. Like, she has to be, like, dying for it to be, like, all right, I'm going to take half a Tylenol and then maybe.
But I wonder, like, so now we look at this show and it's past the most watched show on HBO.
Yeah.
It already passed Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Which Game of Thrones took 10 seasons to pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Multiple years.
Did it pass The Sopranos?
I mean, if Sopranos was on HBO, that was A&E.
Yeah.
I thought that was A&E.
No, Sopranos is HBO, bro.
Well, they said it was the second highest, only next to Game of Thrones, and is now past that. And
to be fair, I guess The Sopranos was before like binge watching.
Yeah, because you weren't streaming like that. Like it was, you had to be there at that time.
Yeah,
also,
and you had to own HBO at that time too.
Don't you still have to own HBO?
I mean, yeah, but it's easier now.
So just HBO Max or what?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it for free, but
I mean, I get it for free too.
How?
But like, I mean, no, you get it for free. I get it for free with my Wi-Fi.
You borrow someone's or what?
No, my Wi-Fi, bro.
Your Wi-Fi?
Yeah, AT&T, bro. They
give you
out.
HBO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out AT&T.
I might have had it for free then too on that side.
Yeah.
But I guess there's that because internet's like one of the number one things. So everyone needs internet, and with AT&T having HBO, they're able to leverage it however they want. Not only that, it was also the most tweeted about show in history.
I can see that.
So whenever all this started going down, I like season 1 was going crazy. Like everyone was talking about season 1. Season 1 this, season 1 that. Oh my gosh, best show ever. Oh my gosh, this show's so crazy. And then I was like, all right, like sure. And then I kind of treated it like Squid Games. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this shit.
Yeah.
And then season 2 came out.
Yeah.
And the uproar was too crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I ain't even like, for me, season 1, and I ain't seen it, but just like from what my girl told me in season 1, it seemed like it was more of like, in the aesthetic of it too, it seemed like it was more like a girl show.
I can kind of see. I watched season 1 into season 2, so they kind of blended for me.
Well, cause see, I was talking to the homies, and then homies that was single would be like, "Yeah, I ain't never seen it," and homies that had girls were like, "I hopped in season 2."
Got you. See, I got my girl into it.
Yeah, but you the girl in the relationship.
I had to kind of I guess. I mean, I've been the amount of girl shows I've been watching right now. I literally started kind of because now Euphoria is over, so I had to start catching up. I just like caught up with How I Met Your Father, girl show.
Yeah,
I've
been watching that. It ain't as good as the original, but you know,
I just caught up on Grownish, girl show.
I ain't seen that.
I've already caught up with Gossip Girl. I don't know if that's a girl show, but
it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that name is Gossip Girl, bruh.
Well, dog, it's because it's a girl gossiping.
Is it as good as like the original?
I don't know how to feel about that because...
Or is it just completely different?
It's different in the sense that it's not a student, it's teachers doing it.
Oh.
So that adds a different dynamic.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the basis of the show is that, like, if you notice nowadays, like, these rich kids get to do whatever the fuck they want because their parents pay for shit. And they'll be like, if you try to, like, get me in trouble, then I will just... tell my dad to stop donating to the library or whatever the fuck. Or like, you know, they started like basically treating the teachers like they work for them.
Yeah.
So then they said, we need to get the power back, and they revived Gossip Girl. And so now like
put these kids in their place.
Yeah, because they're like, you're obviously not going to listen to us. How about we do things a different way? Yeah. And so then it becomes a whole other thing.
Play fire with fire.
Yep. So, and then, you know, you're dealing with like teachers trying to get a hold of it and all this stuff, other stuff. So it does create a cool storyline. Yeah. Which I do respect.
Ain't it wild that we're out here talking about TV shows and stuff in this room when in the other part of the world, people dying?
Yeah. And so we getting into that?
Let's get into that. But before we get into that, I just want to say, I think it's crazy how like the left and the right be having like taglines, and then if it doesn't like fit with their thing, they just use the other person's tagline. Like for instance, for abortion, my body, my choice. For the vaccine with the Republicans, my body, my choice. For what is it? Give me one.
I mean the borders.
LeBron. He spoke about this and this and this, you know, more than an athlete. The right is like, shut up and dribble. Kyrie Irving says he don't trust the vaccine. Shut up and dribble. He's more than an athlete.
Honestly, it's whatever they want.
And right now is all wars matter.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
So, all right, are we having multiple wars? Like, what ended up? So, actually, here's where we can actually have this question. And I mean, I don't know anything.
I don't either.
What ended up happening to the whole Middle East thing? Like, we covered it on the news for like 2 weeks.
It got boring.
Is it still going on though?
I have no idea.
That's what I guess where I understand people. So
I want to say if people are upset, then yes, it's still happening.
So there's a lot of things that makes me wonder about. The crazy thing about the all wars matter thing is some people don't understand, like, we're dealing with people that got nuclear weapons right now. Like, the Middle East don't.
Yeah.
So, like, we're over here trying to figure out if the world.
The reason we're freaked out is because this could, like, be doomsday for everybody.
Because everyone's fear. Literally anything that I've been hearing for, like, the past how many years is how World War III would be the end of our human race.
Yeah, bro, because it'd just be like, oh, they nuked us, we nuke them back. They nuked us, we nuke them back. And then we can only be nuked so many times.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Mexico don't look that bad right now, bro.
Dog, I don't know about all that. How much do you think Houston would be a hot spot?
So if you get that letter, you gonna go with the boys?
Dog, I'm gonna claim gay.
Okay, we gonna turn trans, bro.
Honestly, they won't let us in.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna let us in?
Yeah.
We're gonna be complaining too much and needing too much hospital shit.
Yeah, bro, and you get to keep your pecker.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what
if
I'm
that
doing.
girl did it on what we were just talking about Euphoria, then I can do it too.
Not only that, can we like offer up, like I'll offer Roman up for like be like, nah, but like there's a younger, more fit person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also claim any like disability.
Also, bro, like I'm gonna be like, look, man, the only time I've shot a gun was like this. So like,
nah, they're gonna be like, we need you.
Yo,
because
bro.
when all the O Block, Block goons pull up in the Hellcat,
that'll be crazy. How do we trick O Block into thinking they got dissed by Putin?
They have to take a clip of him addressing a province that starts with O, and then cut it.
Or we could cut him making it sound like he said like supporting Tuca or something.
No, it would basically just be like, we will destroy the O, and then that's it. And then like cut it there.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what you doing to the O?
Yeah.
All right, we hopping in this draft right now.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna come through.
Oh, and we gotta make them think that it's illegal if they go and fight.
Oh, so then they really feel like they have to do something about
it. Yeah.
I think that what they also have to do is basically,
and we give them switches.
We get Putin and NBA YoungBoy to do a collab album.
Oh.
And once that happens, O Block's gonna be like, nah, we better than all of y'all. Yeah. And then they're gonna have to come after them. Yeah. What I'm noticing here is like it's like a media war, right? It's like this PR war. You have the war on the ground, but just like we've noticed, like it's all about the media attention. What are they gonna throw attention to, and what are they gonna say is the right or wrong side? Yeah. So what I feel is that we have to basically basically shift the media propaganda and put him into the zeitgeist of the hip hop culture. So make him say that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. So then Tory Lanez got to go out there and handle something. Then you got to get like the media to say that Putin is agreeing with Danny Lay's brother. And that like he should be sued, and then DABABY is gonna go out there and fight. Yeah, and then you got to basically do everything to the O, but then also get Putin to do what
you gotta get Putin to say rest in peace to Kim Vaughn.
But then you also have to get Putin to say fuck Lil Tim and Quando Rondo, so that both of them. So this is the thing that I was talking about. I mentioned this to you that patriotism's back. Yeah, and it's because I'm hoping. I don't want things to go crazy. But I am hoping that this kind of wakes some people up to be like, hey, there's other people that don't like us. It's not just us not liking each other. Yeah. So, like, how about we kind of chill for a second? Yeah. And, like, focus on the other people that don't like us for a second. Yeah. And let's all be kind of united. Yeah. So, it's like, I'm hoping that this Russia thing stops the NBA YoungBoy O Block beef. I'm hoping that this really stops a lot of these beefs that we've been having amongst these like ourselves, and can finally make us be like, hey, yo, fuck Putin.
Yeah.
But
like that's the real op.
But I wonder how much work on the ground like Putin's done.
Yeah.
Because
I think
Drake kind of gave Putin a shout out.
Well, also I think that like there's all these like weird like things going around. Like I think Russia's trying to make it seem like Ukraine, like I think they're trying to make us stop caring about Ukraine with all this crazy stuff that you see on the internet. Because like I've seen people being like, "Oh, people in Ukraine are racist," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, probably." Like
that's what's been going on, but it's hard too because a lot of the outlets.
Because it's like, bro, Ukraine falls if we stop caring about it.
Yeah.
But did you see that news reporter though? That one that's like trying to hold back the racism but can't.
Nah.
He's talking about how like, it's not that bad. It's not like we're the Middle East. This is more of a civilized war.
Oh,
like,
I did see that shit.
Like you got people with like blonde hair, blue eyes, and we gonna solve it ourselves, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that was wild.
It was really wild.
Yeah,
and But that is the thing, though. It is.
But I'm not justifying that, but I'm saying like they live in a country where it's straight up all white.
Yeah.
Like, like at least in the States, like we're a melting pot,
Yeah, like we have so many different people that have come in, whether they were by force or by choice. But
why do you think a lot of Mexicans are low key racist too?
Dude, it's wild the amount of like low key racist Mexicans.
Yeah.
Like I gotta like not let people know my girl Salvadorian sometimes.
Yeah.
It's wild for them out there.
Yeah.
So like it is really weird. We do have so many different people, but we still have that racism here. So when you have a place with no diversity,
exactly,
you're gonna get a lot of the racism. Like it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So it's weird because it is that public opinion thing right now, but a lot of like Google and all these things are stopping Russian news from coming out, kind of stopping that narrative, which is the scary thing to me. And I get it in this war, but it makes me wonder, like, oh, so this can just like at any moment, like the government, they're not that they're the government, but obviously they're keeping government's interest in mind, because if they didn't, then they would be like, we're just a platform and we're not involved with anything.
So when do you think, actually, I don't think this is going to happen, because I was going to say, when do you think people in New York are going to start beating up random Russians?
Nah.
They have to do something to us for us to start doing something like that.
The problem is also you can't just look at someone off rip and be like, they're Russian.
That's true, unless they say something that sounds Russian.
Unless they say something Russian-y.
Yeah.
But I don't even, to be honest,
unless they go with like, da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like something has to, and then even then I'm still confused. I'm like, you Dutch? Like I don't know Russian enough.
Yeah.
I don't know Russians enough.
You gotta,
to,
you literally
racist.
gotta put the like, you literally have to put yourself out there as Russian, and then it might be so sus that you're like, are you a communist? Like,
the problem with it too.
Should I beat you up? Like,
the problem with the whole Russian thing is like, I don't know enough about Russians to be racist. You'd have to go and do research.
Yeah.
You'd have to go and do a history lesson on Russia.
Yeah.
To be racist.
Yeah.
And by then you might appreciate them.
Yo, have your parents, like, is this nostalgic for them? Like, the Cold War is back?
No, I mean, they ain't brought it up. They ain't talk about their previous war feelings.
Bro, the Cold War is back, bro.
But it's hot as fuck out there, though. People blowing people up.
No, I mean, the Cold War was literally, like, in the 80s, like, people thinking, like, oh, they're gonna nuke us, we gonna nuke them back, kind of thing. And people, like, there was no fire drills, there was nuke drills.
It's weird. I remember that like we'd still have these type of bomb threat things.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I mean, they haven't really brought anything up in this feeling. I don't know if anyone truly knows what's going on other than like what we were just being told. And I don't know if anyone trusts what they're being told anymore.
Yeah.
Like unless Newsmax says something, right? Because that's the one that we trust.
I mean, I only trust what I see in WhatsApp and El Face.
Well, I only trust what I see on One American News Network, Trump's network.
Oh, is that what it is?
I mean, that's the only way I'll know the truth out here. How do I know, like, who's being for real?
Yeah.
That's been a big issue lately.
Yeah, and that's enough, foreign policy. That's your foreign policy report from the 2.5 Citizens Pod.
Yeah, honestly, like, that's what you're going to get from us. But this is making me wonder a little bit about what our next election cycle is going to look like.
It's going to be crazy.
Because now I don't think that the internet's one-sided anymore.
No, it's not.
I think nowadays I'm finally seeing people be like, "Oh, you never really talked about how you felt, but you were walking the line, and now you just said it."
Yeah.
And now but it doesn't seem wild anymore. Before, if you said something, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" And now it's like, well, when you're comparing it to Biden, people are finally having some criticisms of the left, right?
Right.
Because we had dealt with Trump, and that was like the big thing. And
I love how he came out. He was like, "Yo, if I was in office, this wouldn't have happened."
That was wild.
And I was like, "You crazy,
like,
bro?
What are you saying?" Dog?
Yeah. Like,
no, but the worst part was
so sick.
worst part was that he had said it wasn't that if I was there, it was if the election wasn't stolen.
Yeah.
Things would be better.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bruh. And then the second that he says that, the next thing is that there's like filing criminal charges on him for rigging the election or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck is going on because Trump says one thing and CNN says another. And so obviously that's going to be an obvious thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, bro, I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Just tell me who the op and who to make a diss track about.
Honestly. So now I'm just like, I'm going to just let y'all figure this one out.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to get involved if need be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to get involved. I don't know nothing.
But, talking about Cold Wars, talking about beefs, talking about fighting, splits, trying to repatriotize people.
Uh-huh.
Kim is finally single.
So, all right. With all this, there's a lot. There's a lot that ties into the fact that Kim is single. For one...
Yo, them court docs were crazy. Like, the stuff that, like, the Ye's legal team was asking for was insane.
So, what I've seen so far is, for one, they've already had an interview with Julia Fox, and she said parts of their relationship were real, which means not everything was real.
Yeah.
He's with the he's with the Kim K lookalike right now.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, shows...
At first glance, I was, like, taking a shit, and then, like, I was just, like, on social media, and I saw it, like, quick, and I was like, oh, are they back together?
It's that crazy.
Bad? Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I don't know if Kanye's basically trying to say you're a dime a dozen. Like, I can find hella Kims.
Yeah. But then also, like, they created that look. Like, people will take a picture of them to their plastic surgeon and be like, I want this.
But also...
They're the reason white girls start, like, making themselves darker.
But the problem is, this is a black girl.
Oh.
So now it's kind of like, look what this is what Kim's trying to be.
Oh.
The closest person to look like Kim is a black woman.
Yeah.
So really kind of hitting the home run of, that's what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah.
So this one's a little different because it's also kind of like Kanye is kind of taking it organic. You know what I mean? In a way.
Yeah.
So So now I don't know if we're allowed to even be like, who's trying to look like who?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that got me with this one, right?
Okay.
And I've been seeing some of the real horny dudes online being like, put some respect on her. She ain't just a Kim lookalike. She such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are trying to be like, put some respect on her.
Who is she? Like, what is she famous for?
For being an Instagram model, but
okay.
But like, she's like a really popular Instagram model, so people who like know who she is.
So like her simps are like defending her.
I'll be like, yo, she just don't reduce her to a Kim K lookalike or whatever.
Yeah.
But to the rest of the world,
yeah,
she a Kim K lookalike.
Yeah.
So it's weird to kind of see what games he's playing now because it's always something. Like, I'll be honest, and I like Pete. I'm trying my best to not say skeet when I talk about him in regular conversation.
But it's hard.
It's really hard. I'll be like, you heard that shit that he was talking about skeet?
Pete.
You heard what he was talking about with Pete Davidson before?
Yeah. Like, they even did that on the Breakfast Club. They was talking, and then Envy goes, yo, I almost called him skeet.
So here's the problem. I mean, not the problem, but you see what he's doing court-wise, like how he's playing these games. What he basically said was, you have no way of proving that I'm the one that put these...
Yeah, these things out there. Right? Yeah.
Is another term whenever they try to put legal things out that he never addressed him by his name.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think he might be like, who are you talking about? I wasn't talking about...
Oh, yeah.
Pete
So
Davidson.
he could do all these death threats. I was talking about
skeet.
Yeah.
I was talking about my sperm.
Yeah.
I was talking whatever he might say.
Yeah. Like,
but
yo.
He never addressed him by his name.
The Easy video,
He always says Skeet.
He always says Skeet, bro.
And yes, you have his likeness in there, but
like it's claymation, bro.
Yeah. So
it's Play-Doh.
So that's why I wonder is like the fact that he's not been addressing him by his name, is that the way he might be able to get away with all the wild shit he's been saying and doing?
Maybe.
Never says. I never said anything about Pete Davidson. Even in the text messages, he said, "I'll tell them not to do anything to Skeet."
Yeah.
Like he doesn't address him by his name ever.
Yeah.
And it seems like possibly for a reason.
Yo, I miss the all caps though. I ain't gonna lie, I miss the all caps.
But then someone told him that it seems aggressive, like he's yelling.
So he was.
You don't know that, dog.
Allegedly.
You can't just assume that he's just out here wildly, recklessly yelling at people.
Here's what I want to know. Who's in charge of Ye's HR department and who rehires everybody?
Right?
Yeah.
Because he'd be firing everybody, right? I would be so scared anytime I had to work for Kanye. That
he truly is the Trump of music.
So,
fires mad people, says whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason that they vibed and stuff.
Yeah.
But this kind of so like with them, I don't know what's gonna happen. My thing is like I want to hear.
You want to hear Skeet's like.
I want to hear Pete say something.
His response, and
I know it's probably not gonna happen until a special. He's not just gonna come out here and like he's a very emotional dude. He's
even been quiet on SNL. I don't even think I saw. Well, I had John Mulaney, who's like one of his like comedy boys, just hosted, and he was like. I don't think he was in any of the skits. So
and they're boys.
And they're boys. That's
they
what
would definitely be in like a lot of things together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
John Mulaney's trajectory. I don't know if you know too much about him.
He just got out of rehab.
He was like the cleanest dude ever.
Yeah.
He was like super.
That hair on, bro. That hair on will get them white people.
Cocaine?
I don't know what it was, but
because I could see it being cocaine before a hair on, but. I would basically like he was like super clean, always doing kids shows and stuff like that.
Like trying to teach Skeet how to be like, get away from the drugs.
And then he leaves his wife.
Yeah,
goes to rehab,
gets a girl pregnant,
and then gets the hottest comedian in the game pregnant. Like
I don't know who it is.
She's like the comedy vixen, dog.
I didn't even know who she was, actually.
Dog, I had gotten put onto her by Whitney Cummings before.
Mm-hmm.
Because Whitney Cummings is like an older comedian. Like she did Two Broke Girls. Like she wrote Two Broke Girls. And so she gets a lot of like syndication from that. So she's very successful. She's done a lot of shows, been like in the comedy scene for a long time. She's like 40 something probably. So what she started doing is kind of getting she started kind of getting cool with all the younger comedians to basically, show them the ropes and also kind of still be in the in and stuff like that. But with comedians, like most of them, like you're not looking at them to be attractive. You're looking at them to like just be funny.
Yeah.
But like I've never seen her comedy. I've just seen her on Whitney's podcast and in pictures and stuff, and is like by far like the hottest comedian of like the modern times. You know what I mean? Like you look at this girl to be an actress or a model, not a comedian.
Did he leave his, and like the timeline is also mad wild.
He left his wife for, I don't know, I guess it was either for this woman or just
rehab.
Got with her right after.
Yeah.
And then got her pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a wild thing. You know what I mean? Because like this girl looks like Shay Mitchell from Gossip Girl / Now Dollface.
I mean, I think like maybe what could have happened, and this is me just speculating for funsies. Maybe he like relapsed. His wife left him, and then she was there for him. But more than likely, maybe he was having an affair or something. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, whatever happened happens, but it's just weird to kind of see someone who you would think is like.
Like you would have never guessed it.
Yeah, you would. He's looked at to be like the clean person.
Yeah, like the clean cut guy in comedy.
Go down a route like this.
Yeah,
but like respect, dog. Do your thing.
Yeah,
you know
what
I'm saying? Like,
I mean, his monologue is pretty funny. Like he talks about how he was on drugs and stuff,
which is cool. Like I like that he could. I mean, he's
fun of himself
about like doing drugs and then pulling up to SNL to get a haircut.
Yeah,
when he's not even. Like, because that's how he is in the whole thing. Like, it seems like a weird, when you look at, like, the way the industry and business is like that, you're like, this is a weird industry.
Yeah.
This is a weird business where, like, Pete Davidson smoking weed in the dressing room And then like Louis C.K. is like telling him he's wasting his life away and all this shit. But like in times past, people were doing like crazy drugs.
Yeah.
In dressing rooms and shit.
Yeah. And I did like the part, like his last joke in the monologue is like, he's talking about how his son's like favorite pacifiers got recalled, which I don't understand that. Like in the Mexican community, something gets recalled. Hey, that's free stuff, bro. And we just gonna use that.
What?
And like, yeah, so like, yeah, so he was like, my son kept wanting to reach for it. And like, he goes basically like, yo, I know you want this thing real bad, but it could possibly kill you. And he's like, and I've never bonded with my son so much.
What? So, I mean, but it's just weird to see like these back and forths. It's making me wonder, like it's making me wonder what Kanye's game plan is. Is everything calculated?
And he must be throwing away mad money, bro. But are you buying the stem player?
No.
Yeah, no, me either.
Dude, I don't, like, for one, everyone, like, people are putting out reviews of the whatever the fuck the Donda was supposed to be, that Donda 2.
Yeah.
And
isn't it just regular Donda? I kind of watched part of the live stream. I didn't hear nothing new, so I turned it off.
Yeah, no, people talked about it, and I mean, it all seems super unfinished. But I mean,
there was that Soulja Boy verse though on it,
which was everything. All the sound was off, so like,
yeah,
you couldn't really tell what was what.
Yeah,
but
he did address that. Oh, did you see him throwing his mic?
Yes, and he addressed it, and he said it wasn't about the sound, but I didn't hear what he said it was about.
He said it was about them being like, he was like, I was trying to do an artistic like creation where I didn't want to have a mic, but they forced me to have a mic.
Oh, so then he was like, man, fuck this mic.
But I think that's just, he's just covering up tracks for like the sound.
For the fact that the sound and everything was, because he tries to do everything so last minute.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get an entire stadium, people, tickets, sound, stage setup?
I mean, yo, the fact that he did it is hard. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
it's hard to do it correctly.
Yeah, and then I mean, he fires probably like half of the team in the
so then you're
process.
not getting consistent people. It's just a mess, right? But this is making me kind of go into some other things here.
Okay, go for it.
So 2-2-2-2-2 happened.
Yeah, once in a lifetime.
And Kanye said, "Donda dropping 2-2-2-2-2."
Yeah, and then it didn't.
And then Dirk said, "Make some room, Kanye, because I'm dropping 2-2-2-2-2-2." Then 2-2-2-2-2-2 comes.
Well,
and
yeah,
Donda live stream gets announced, and Lil Durk puts out a track called "Aha," that is basically a single promoting his album coming out in March 11th, which is from the time that we're recording this next Friday.
Yeah.
So it should actually be the day after this releases.
Yeah.
So that comes out, and a lot of things get said.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things about people telling him don't respond to shit with Vaughn, and he says, "Fuck it, go get your gun." He starts talking to NBA YoungBoy, saying, "How you talking about murders, but you fresh out of the pen, like police type thing?"
Yeah,
like you're talking about murders when the feds are watching you. That's police shit.
Yeah.
He starts basically saying, "You address everything in songs, we address things in real life. We've been sliding through your hood, and you don't know we have. We didn't take credit for your boy, but I could show his ass."
Mm-hmm.
And just all this crazy stuff. But first, mind you, before everything, he goes, "Everything in this song is like the videos.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all props.
Yeah.
None of this is real in case the police listening." And then it says a bunch of real stuff.
Yeah, and that's the part that I loved. That I was like, all right, Dirk, cover your tracks.
So he
said he should have allegedly ducked.
Basically.
Yeah.
And so he puts all this out. I mean, the NBA YoungBoy's in house arrest right now. He's just chilling at the crib.
Yeah.
So within 8 hours, he puts out a song called "I Hate YoungBoy." In this song, he disses everybody.
Yeah.
I had to play it back a few times to make sure I wasn't dissed in that song.
Yeah.
because it felt like
we were dissed.
yeah.
Yeah.
He disses Lil Durk, Lil Durk's dad,
Not Big Durk, bro.
yeah, Lil Durk's fiance, any of Lil Durk's baby mamas, Gucci Mane, Boosie, 21 Savage. He disses everybody.
And now here's what I said when you told me that, because I didn't hear his song. Here's where I'm thinking, if I'm the baby, I'm like, oh shit, because you have an album, you have a collab album coming out with NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah.
So you just made a block hop for yourself, unless that's what you wanted, because people are like, your cloud's kind of like dropping.
But is it though? He's been getting himself into a lot of altercations. That Danny Lay thing.
Yeah, but the people are talking about him not for music.
Yeah. So it's weird because it makes me think about all that, right? Like, so what ended up happening is that song comes out. That's fine. Everything, you know, people are putting out diss songs. Gucci put out a diss song.
Yeah.
Boosie put out a diss song. King Von had a record that dropped on March 4th. Okay?
Yeah.
That same day, and I don't even know, I don't have to Google right now if that NBA YoungBoy album even came out.
Rest in peace, you know.
But there was already a push, a promo run starting with so the Better Than You album. Better Than You.
Yeah, and it's got like a baby chain on it.
So, well, no, it's just a little. They're like claymated.
Oh yeah.
How many
I was
songs?
talking about the
The Instagram post.
Yeah, the post.
But basically, what happens is
it already came out.
So this was the whole thing. So basically, what happened is that on March 4th, King Von's album is slated to drop. Stop trying to copyright us. Off rip in the middle of the pod. So that was already an immediate like NBA YoungBoy type beat though.
Yeah.
Like the second you had like it's very like Louisiana.
Yeah.
So basically they maybe lose my track. King Von slated to drop an album on March 4th. You know, with singles like I Don't Play That and War. Those are like the two
play that.
Those are the two songs that are dropping in preparation for this album. NBA YoungBoy and DABABY have a collab album that was slated to drop same day. They previewed it earlier in the week, so we don't know if it's an intentional thing of I'm dropping on the same day King Von's dropping, or if DABABY just didn't even realize that was an issue.
Yeah.
But he posts Better Than You, which is the name of this joint project, because the whole NBA YoungBoy Better thing. So they named this project Better Than You, say, you know, we're dropping this day. Boss Top, who is an O Block member / rapper who King Von was pushing, puts a similar post out
with the O Block chain.
With the O Block chain in the same lettering, promoting King Von's album, saying pick a side, something about Von, right?
Yeah, like Von better than all of y'all.
Yeah, Von better than both of y'all. So yesterday the Von album drops, and I'm gonna be real.
I want him to scream at me more.
I'm gonna be
real. From what I've heard,
they are like blackballing NBA YoungBoy in them.
Really?
Because when I went to New Music, I didn't see this. When I went to browse, and I went down to albums, and I went to see what new music was coming out, it took one swipe to find King Von's album.
Yeah.
Still have yet to see the NBA YoungBoy and DABABY collab anywhere on this new music. So they're not putting it in the page where it's.
But that's Apple Music. Let me see what Spotify doing.
Well, you did hear that in I Hate YoungBoy threw shots at Apple Music.
Really?
Because when AHA dropped, Apple promoted it on the front page.
Okay,
so it was one of the first things.
On Spotify, they're like right next to each other.
Okay, so see what happens when you diss Apple Music.
Yo.
See what happens when you diss Apple Music. I got to go to see all, and then I got to keep scrolling. 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 Coco Melon, which I already had dropped a minute ago, above it, still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling, never pops up on the new music.
Damn.
So when you diss Apple Music, they're gonna be like, all right, dog, we just ain't gonna promote you.
Yeah.
So it's like, it really is a thing like that.
They're like, we're not just your average like neighborhood. Like we're a...
Yeah, the block's hot over here. None of those songs right now, Straight to It is on Best New Songs off King Von's album. Oh, the Elliott song from Dominic Fike and Zendaya from Euphoria, that's popping right now.
Bro, Dominic Fike is like mad talented. I'm mad that you ain't give him a chance yet.
I'm gonna give him a chance. But yep, no songs from that are on the Best New Songs. So there is a shadow ban type thing when you diss a platform.
I mean, that's what you get for dissing the platform.
So this is the kind of stuff that like DABABY is kind of walking into, which I don't know if he should be putting himself in a situation like this.
He's making the block hotter for himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're now you're aligning yourself with the industry black sheep right now.
Yeah.
And if that's what you want to do, because he did that with Tory Lanez, when the industry hated Tory Lanez, he went in
and put him on
with Tory Lanez. When the industry is being this way towards NBA Youngboy, he goes over there. So I don't know if that's his thing.
Yeah.
And if it is, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But it also just seems like not the best move for your career.
You know what seems crazy though? Talking about like career moves like that. Like I don't know if you've seen the Game thing, where the Game came out and said Kanye did more for me
in 2 weeks
than
Dre did in my whole career.
Yeah. And then 50 responds like, what? Like,
and then did you see the Game's response to 50 Cent?
Yeah.
And he said, 50 Cent, last time you tried this with me, you put G-Unit Clothing and the entire group in the casket with it. And then you went to television. I like power and shit. Just stop it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, like, because I know Kanye put him on a few songs and stuff. I don't really know what Kanye did for his career, but it obviously had to have been a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't truly know too much about, like, what their relationship is.
Right.
But one of the biggest things have been that the Game should have been at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about the G-Unit Clothing in the casket line, because I feel like in the mid-2000s, G-Unit Clothing was like everywhere.
Yeah, but after the beef, like, all right, I remember the downfall. So like I remember watching the MTV music videos and seeing Hate It or Love It, and that was the peak.
Yeah.
Hate It or Love It with all of them, like A Million Rappers.
Yeah.
The A Million Rappers remix.
Yeah.
Popping, everyone wearing G-Unit clothing, everyone wearing like the G-Unit sneakers.
Bro, the G-Unit sneakers.
And then once the Game and them started like beefing, and then G-Unit really wasn't a thing anymore, and 50 Cent was just putting out his own things and then going into TV and going into the movies, it all felt weird. It passed that wave where now it became, so you know how like first snapbacks are cool, everyone's into it, you're in the cloud.
Yeah.
Then the cloud kind of disappears and you're like, okay, I'm off of this. And now the people who are still wearing snapbacks are a type of person.
Yeah.
So that's what ended up happening is the cloud lifted once the Game was gone. And then if you were wearing G-Unit clothing, you were one of those dudes.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Like you stayed.
It didn't become like, oh, you're still, no, it's like, oh, you're doing that still?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it became one of those.
Yeah.
But with all that, I feel like it's a weird one because it seems like social media brought a lot of like attention now. Like before, it used to be like whatever a rapper wanted to say in interviews or in a magazine is all you would hear. Now you're really hearing people's thoughts, and sometimes you don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're seeing people do stuff and you're like, wow, there's like way more access to this person than I thought there would ever be.
Yeah.
And it's making this world seem weird where like there's this weird separation where everyone kind of feels like they're in the end because everyone's so right there. Even with the billionaires and stuff, like all the tech moguls, tech giants that you'd be like, how the fuck do I got access to this person?
Yeah.
So we've talked about my origin. I'm from Brownsville.
Yeah.
Right by South Padre, a.k.a. Starbase.
Yeah.
Every year since I was little, we would go to this thing called Charro Days Festival. So it's like their history thing over there when the charros came through.
Yeah.
They dress like mariachis and all this type of shit.
Yeah.
So every year there's two things. There's the Sombrero Festival and then the Charro Days Parade. So there's a parade where like floats from different businesses and stuff. You know how parades work. Go through and like they're dressed as people. I would be in the parade multiple times because my aunt owned a dress store in the mall. So her store.
Oh, and then the
And the
restaurant.
mall, well, no, her store and the mall and Chick-fil-A would all have a combined float.
Yeah.
So she would have like women in quinceañera dresses. We would be dressed in charro de outfits, and we would be riding down this parade. So it's like a very memorable thing for me.
Yeah.
The Sombrero Festival is a really cool festival because it's like, think about like the arts festival here.
Yeah.
But it's like with all sorts of different Mexican food, with all sorts of different like sombreros, tequilas, just very Hispanic.
Yeah. It's a really cool thing, you know.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic. It's very historic for us.
Brings the community together.
So what happened was some middle schooler managed to get to Elon and invite him to the festival.
Yeah.
And so he said, all right.
I'll pull up. Wait, is that X equals Y?
He pulled up with X equals Y, and look what he's holding, dog. He's holding one of the spiraled potatoes, dog.
Yo!
Like, he's really out here for the people.
Whose deal is that, bro?
Like, he's out in the festival with the people in my hometown, like, just hanging out with his kid.
With X equals
potatoes.
Y, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
like...
he for the people, bro.
So this is the kind of thing where I'm like my cousin sent this to me and being like, yo, I don't know what timeline we're living in now, but like Elon is at the Sombrero Fest.
Yo.
And it's weird to see like I remember I saw one video, like they caught my boy slipping. Like they caught him deep throating the potato, dog.
He didn't even go sideways.
Nah, dog.
Or take it off and be like,
yeah.
I hope he said pause.
Dog. There's no pause. He fast forwarded on that shit.
Yo.
So like this is the kind of thing where it makes me feel like, oh, okay, like we are in this weird place where and this more shows for a lot of people have been saying that he is actually for the people. He's actually out here for the community.
Yeah.
Yes, he is throwing rocket debris within 5-mile radiuses of where he's at, but he'll come through and support the local businesses at the Sombrero Fest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it was interesting for me to
save
like,
the billionaires, bro.
Me seeing that was like, oh man. Because like when I would think about my city, it seemed like it's basically Mexico. The only way that anybody would even know what I'm talking about is if I mentioned South Padre Island first. Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of really being put on the map. Yeah. In a way that I didn't expect before. Yeah. So
and you did say if anything needed gentrification,
it's Brownsville.
It was Boca Chica.
Honestly, dog, because they're stuck in some old times, dog. Yeah. They be on some other shit. But I don't know, man. Do you got anything else that we got to cover before we get out here today?
No, man. It was good being out here with the people. You know, you're gonna see a little bit more of me.
I'm glad that we have this new edition.
We're about to hop in the booth. We got a Putin diss track coming out. So make sure y'all see it on the Instagrams. You see it on the reels, en el Face, en el WhatsApp,
in el marketplace,
en el TikTok,
especially in el TikTok.
Yeah, but we out here,
and we're gonna catch you later. We're gonna be out here still speaking reckless, still speaking for the people, still speaking to your tias,
still speaking to the tios, still out here, all feelings, no facts,
and that's for real, and that's on the set, and that's on the